Hello StarCraft fans, this is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between Hydra and Snute on Dusk Towers. In the bottom side of the map we have the red Zerg player, it is Hydra, representing Root Gaming. And at the top side of the map we have the blue Zerg player, it is Snute, representing Team Liquid. So a ZVZ here on Dusk Towers between two players who are super fun to watch. Everybody loves Snute, everybody loves Hydra for different reasons, I have to assume, and we will see who comes out on top in this week's edition of a ZVZ. Alrighty then, both players are droning up like crazy to this point. Looks like it's going to be a hatch first from Hydra. What is Snute going to do? Hatch first as well, so no big differences to this point. Hatch a little bit later for Snute. I wonder if the distances between the main and the natural are the same in both spawn positions. I have to assume that's the case just because the maps that are on the ladder have been tested for that kind of thing. Like there's nothing weird about the distance for extractors. Although in the past that has been something people on Reddit have brought to people's attention. Is that on certain maps, on certain bases, like getting to the extractor is just a little bit further away. So there's like a 20% decrease in efficiency on getting Vespene gas. Which isn't a whole lot, but man, in ZVZ, especially in mirror matchups and at pro levels, it can be a big deal. Extractor pops, spawning pool pops, going to have enough gas for that metabolic boost as soon as that spawning pool is ready to go. Same story from Hydra, nothing too crazy going on over here. Overlords scouting past each other, passing in the night. They are friends, but they can't show it because they're different colors. Also, you'll notice I'm using the standard interface, standard replay interface here because there was a patch on Wednesday that broke my ability to use my Servant Obs interface that I love so much. So we're going to use this for a while until I start getting some replays that were played after the newest patch, and everybody will be happy at that point. But for now, look at this. We get 3D portraits. We can watch the Overlord lick the screen. Like the grossest thing in all of StarCraft 2. Ready? Come on, Overlord, you can do it. I'm watching you. I'm watching you for this very express purpose. Really? Not going to do it? Fine. Fine. We'll go back and watch some actual StarCraft. Metabolic boost on the way. And metabolic boost on the way. 2 queens as well. 3 workers. Man, this is absolutely mirror image stuff here. 2 lings popping out for Hydra. No such happening for Snute quite yet. He wants to get his drone on. Evolution chamber for Hydra 2. Did I miss a lick? I can't even tell. I can't even tell. Now I'm super paranoid about it. Immediate inject on pop from Hydra. Just insane APM on these guys. 300 APM for Hydra. 260 for Snute. Just nobody is slacking off at all in this game. Again, this is from Katowice 2016. So it's for all the marbles and a lot of ZVZs. A lot of Zergs in Legacy of the Void, as it turns out. I know that makes our Protoss and Terran fans not that happy, but that's kind of how things are right now. We'll have to see if the balance patches can change things as they stand. 3rd hatch on the way for both of these players, as we can see. Baneling Nest coming up for Snute. Metabolic boost and +1 melee attack for Hydra. So they are departing, or diverging a little bit in their different tech paths here. What difference that makes, we will have to wait and see. Yeah, Baneling Nest just now popping for Snute. Metabolic boost has completed, as we can see, using the Game Heart interface, because this game was played using Game Heart. Speedlings running around, trying to split up and see what they can see. Queen stabbing away. Can they get a drone? They do get a drone, I think. And they get 2? No, these ones as well end up getting killed. Drones pulled off the line to defend against them. If we take a look, no, that's what I want. Yeah, 1 worker killed there. That's it. Nothing too huge, but a big old swell of lings heading on down south from Snute now. Baneling Nest being used by Snute here to morphin Banelings at the front door. I don't know if Hydra can hold this. Lings going after Queens here too, trying to get us surrounded, but reinforcing Lings popping out, but Banelings mixed in. Can they get hits? Big hit there, and the Queen is definitely going to fall there. Lings on top of more Lings. Banelings crashing on into, trying to work their way into mineral lines. This is not looking good at all for Hydra. Pretty good Baneling hit there as well. It's not enough to actually one-shot drones, but it weakens them greatly. Baneling hits, more and more drones are dying, but only 2, 3, 4. I would expect more Baneling deaths than this, but the Queen pops out. Reinforcing Lings from Hydra show up. Is it enough to clean it up? Yes. Snute going to lose all of his Lings there, but he did kill 6 drones on that attack. But was it enough? He lost a lot of Lings and a lot of Banelings too, but he did snipe a Queen, which is useful. Now, it is Hydra's turn to head on north to the opponent's base. Can the Queen get an Overlord kill? No, she doesn't want to stray too far off that creep. It's not a good feeling at all. Baneling on the top of the ramp. Can it morph in time? No, I don't think it can. Oh, but getting chased away. Oh, they do force the cancel. They do force the cancel there. Baneling waddling on creep. Trying to get the lings that are now harassing everything. The Baneling doesn't know what to explode on, actually, but it's doing a good job keeping them away. Now it explodes, and these lings do take down a queen. Tit for tat. Queen's dying. Drone's dying. 8 drones dying, actually. Snute finally morphing some lings of his own to try to deal with this infestation and this super annoyance on his base. Can the queen, is the queen enough to handle this? I think it is. I think the queen can handle this with the drones that are left behind. Meanwhile, another attack of drones from Snute heading on down here. Baneling Nest on the way from Hydra. He feels like Snute is committed to this enough that he needs his own Baneling Nest to deal with it, so that's what he's doing. Snute now going for roaches, though. Oh boy, roaches. I don't know if that's something Hydra's going to be happy about at all, but regardless, it looks like Snute won that battle of Ling versus Ling action. Reinforcing units head him back on home. Spinecrawler mixed in here too. Hydra playing fairly defensively. Again, despite the fact that his counterattack was pretty effective. It's 34 to 40 harvesters though. Snute is up 6 workers, which can definitely help him. Unless these lings come in and just kill all of them. Nope, roaches ready to go. Woo, ready to go for roaches there. And a spire coming up for Hydra. So if these roaches can get enough damage done before that Hydra, the spire pops for Hydra, and the mutas come out, I feel like Snute's going to be in a good place. But I don't know. Nice Ling counterattack here from Hydra. Actually picking off individual lings, picking off individual units here too. A Baneling is getting morphed in. Can it finish in time? Yes, yes it can. That's enough to chase Hydra away. So the roaches are coming, but they don't have the element of surprise, which is actually pretty hard in ZVZ just because the Overlord placements, as you can see them here, you can see pretty much everything that is coming before it actually shows up at your base. So Roach Ravager here. Is this a ton of Banelings? A mass Baneling. Whoa! Mass Banelings here from our friend Hydra. Corrosive Bile being used, trying to take down these Spinecrawlers. They're buying the Banelings precious amounts of time here, though. Both Spinecrawlers do die, but the Banelings have morphed in. They're crashing on top of everything, trying to split as best he can. A lot of roaches die. Not as many, I think, as Hydra would like. Snute has his own Banelings getting morphed in here, too. That base is definitely going to fall. Corrosive Bile being used on these Queens. Queens are completely dead there as well. The reinforcing units for Snute are insane. They continue to march on in here. Lings, roaches, Banelings don't want to crash here. Oh, no. Should have crashed a little bit later there. They do get the queen, though. The roaches can hold this wall for quite a while against a good number of lings, actually. And is it enough? No, lings from the backside coming in, though, for the surround. That is not what Snute wants to see. And in the end, they do get cleaned up. Another counterattack time, I think, for Hydra. Snute, why did Snute have drones down here? Is that a missed rally? It might have been a missed rally. That hurts, though. So Banelings waddling back to play defense. 6 mutas on the way for Hydra. A Hydralisk Den coming up for Snute. He's going to try to deal with the Hydras that way. Baneling hits. No, don't waste them there. Oh, wasted them a little bit. A little bit of a waste there. A lot of queens, though, and a lot of roaches. Enough roaches, I think, to handle this fairly well. Yes, some queens will die. Transfuse would be useful here, but nope. Queen ends up dead. I'm not sure there's enough anyway. Nope, just barely not enough energy for a transfuse. Mutas made themselves known by starting to pick off overlords across the map. In the production tab, we see Hydras. So going to be Hydras to defend against these mutas. Not getting mutas of his own is Snute and a Nidus network. Ah, going for some mobility here. Overlord could probably spot for that. Actually, you don't need vision anymore, do you? That's a good number of queens. That is a goodly number of queens. The mutas are trying to be annoying. They are picking off individual drones here fairly well. A couple of them died. 2, 3, 4. Queens mobile on creep, but not quite as mobile as mutas are. Mutas are just fast. They're just straight up fast. 5.6 move speed. Queens on creep. Like a 2 point. Do math on your cast, Falcon. That's always a good idea. Basically almost a 3 move speed, 2 point something. Spinecrawler being replaced at the front door. Mutas again just flying around being annoying. Picking off transferring drones. That's a good look. Killing a single queen. Can they get it? Nope. The Hydras and the queens are ready to go. What this does is keep Snute inside his base. The mutas are running around, causing all sorts of trouble. Infestor pit on the way. Or infestation pit, rather, for Snute. He wants to get some fungal growth, which is so useful against enemy mutas in this matchup. But so far, no such luck. Missile attack, pathogen glands, missile attack, muscular augments coming up here too. Can the... Nope, the mutas haven't been able to do a whole lot of damage to this point. I mean, both players lost around 15 workers. Some of that is definitely the mutas doing. Picking off roaches here and there, but they haven't really been able to take down a tech structure or really get a good massacre off on the worker count for Snute. So it's 113 to 97 total supply. in favor of Snute. The Muta's getting into the backside here, though. There's not much static defense. There are not many queens here at all, and taking down some overlords, which is nice. Finding some more overlords, possibly. Good positioning, though, by that Spore Crawler. Just losing some Mutas here. Muta count is standing at 15, which is a pretty darn good number if you ask me. Both players going for a hive at about the same time. Infester's on the way. Pathogen Gland's about to finish right before the Infestors pop. Look at that timing. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah, just amazing play indeed. As the... Are the Infestors out? Yes, the Infestors are out. They have the Pathogen Gland upgrade, which means they start with more energy than they otherwise would. So useful for that fungal growth. All right, so another question is, can Hydra do this harassment as he is really committing to these Mutas now? I guess he still has 15. Or is he going to get caught by a fungal growth and hacked to death by Hydras and Queens? That seems to be the general idea here. Can he catch it? There's the whiff. Nice dodge by Hydra. Saw that coming a mile away. 3 base to 3 base. Neither player feels very comfortable enough to take a 4th. To this point, Spore Crawler with 0 kills, surprisingly. Double Spore Crawler, I like this better when there are that many Mutas from my opponent. Double Spore Crawler behind that mineral line. Not very easy for the Mutas to find a good angle at which to attack. 4th base on the way for Snute. I said players don't want to take a 4th base. There is a 4th base, and Hydra sneaking a 4th base way up there. So is Snute going to scout that out, or is he going to allow it to continue? Ling run by, Ling run by. Sneaks right on in, but, I mean, they ended up getting completely killed. So, I mean, they scouted the infestation pit, but I guess they already knew there were infestors, so nothing really useful there. Ultralisk Cavern for Hydra and a Lurker Den. Another whiff. No, it catches a couple Mutas. One of them dies. The other one does not. The problem with Mutas is that even if you take them down to very low health, they have that tissue regeneration ability, which allows them to regenerate life faster than most Zerg units. So the one that was down to like 10 hit points will be pretty much healed in a couple minutes. No big deal. But anyway, Hydra, like I said, going for Ultras. And a Lurker Den for Snute. Now, Lurkers are very, very good against Ultras, assuming they're not seen. So, can the Overseers actually spot these Lurkers for Hydra, or will the Ultras get absolutely massacred by invisible enemies? I have to imagine that our friend Hydra is going to be prepared for such an eventuality. Spore Crawlers are here. There isn't a Viper back here, too, ready to cast Parasitic Bomb at any moment. Flying one single scouting Muta on in and actually trying to kill that Viper. That's surprising. Does end up getting taken down there. Lurker count for Snute is at... Lurker count for Snute. Where is that thing? 6. Wow. Really blind right now, Falcon. That's okay. You'll make it. Alright, so pushing on out with Infestors, with Hydras, with Lurkers, and more Hydras as well. A good fungal here would be disastrous for Hydra. Ling run by, though. Oh, so many dead drones. Absolutely no static defense here whatsoever. Drones not running all that well either. Muta's taking out additional overlords. Lings, can they get a queen? They get a queen as well. This base is completely getting ravaged, but getting cleaned up and defended by Snute, but lost 20 workers to a single Ling run by. Not a good look for Snute, but he's up 187 to 153 total supply. It's 59 to 58 Harvester, so it pretty much just brought back Snute into where he wanted to be anyway, or basically even with Hydra. I guess he wanted to be ahead, if we're fair. That's what we'd say there. Overlords are getting killed, and neither player... Oh, Hydra does get supply blocked. I was going to say it shouldn't be supply blocked at this point, but he was. Spore Crawler's getting some shots off. Queens are enough queens to deal with 15 Hydras. I don't know. Transfuses are useful. Is he forced to head back again? Snute, no! Snute transfuses, keeping the queens alive fairly well. The Mutas are getting killed here. Sending some of his army this way is Snute, and defending with the rest. Another Ling run by. I think Snute says, forget it. We're going for this thing. Another Overlord kill there. Does not supply block Hydra this time. 184 available total supply down to 1676. These two Mutas not really worth tossing down a fungal growth on, but that's okay. They're all dead anyway. But 17 dead drones for Snute. 17, and he heads all the way back home. Why would he do that? All right, so here are the ultras for our friend Hydra. 7 armor plus 1 attack on those Kaiser blades. Getting chitinous plating. No, getting... What does he need, actually? No. Yeah, he just needs plus 3 armor. Here it is. Ground Carapace to continue. Changelings. Both players. Changeling at the exact same time. That's hilarious. Changelings do get mixed on in. Both players are using lings, although not so much for Snute. So he does sniff that out immediately. And here come the Ultras trundling forward. Oh my gosh, so many lurkers mixed in here. 10 lurkers for Snute. 200 to 171 total supply. We got to see this one. We got to see this one. Is he gonna... I mean, I don't know. Even if you can see this many lurkers, this does not bode well at all for those Ultras. The upgrades for these guys is +2. Here it is. Coming from all sides are the lurkers. Infested Terrans being topped down, trying to deal with the pathing of those Ultralisks. Infested Terrans, again, able to do a lot of damage here too, but the Hydras in the back with the lurkers in the front. Every single Ultra ends up getting completely massacred there. And in full retreat here is Hydra. 184 to 106 total supply. Tried to make it happen with the Ultras. It just did not work out for him at all. I think the Infested Terrans had a lot to do with that, actually. The eggs blocking off the Ultras and their pathing. Their AI was too stupid to handle that. And in the end, the Ultras got absolutely destroyed. 189 to 112 total supply. Snute coming in for a victory push here at the 15-minute mark. 16-minute mark now. Can he do it? Can he push up? So many spine crawlers, though. I don't know that it really matters, though. Upgrades pretty good on these Hydras. Upgrades pretty good on these Roaches. Crucibles being tossed on down on Hydra or Ultras. You don't see that every day. Every Ultra completely gone. Spine crawlers doing what they can, but they're severely outnumbered by the amount of attacking army here. Reinforcements streaming across, and that's it. A GG from Hydra. Hydra is defeated. Snute is victorious, and Hydra has left the game. Oh, well, that was a good ZVZ. I mean, I love these long ZVZs. I really do. We had all the standard stuff. We had Ling Baneling. We had some Roach Hydra play. Saw some Infestors and some Mutas. But, man, when it came down to Lurker Ultra, I liked what Hydra did. He came from different angles. He didn't allow the Lurkers to attack in one direction, which is definitely suicide. But in the end, I really, really think it was the Infested Terrans that were tossed down that messed up with the Ultra pathing. They couldn't get on top of the lurkers like they wanted to, and they didn't really attack the eggs either because they're not attacking units. So it would have required Hydra to individually attack the eggs and then get to the lurkers, which again would buy him enough time, or buy Snute enough time to actually get through the armor of the Ultras and take them down. So pretty darn big engagement there at the end. The Mutas did what they could. Both players lost so many workers. 59 workers killed by Hydra. Snute only killed 12. Most of those were early, but man, Hydra with those Ling run-bys did what he had to do, except for the part where he ended up losing in the end. So, well played by Snute, well played by Hydra, but today, Snute takes the victory. Hooray, fans of Snute, you can be happy. Alright, so that's it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button, hit the subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter and Facebook, both at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.